In order for this to go an honorable way, from the looks of it, you're going to have an individual have a brain here. Someone has to say, damn, someone can die in this hallway. Someone has to have that mindset. If someone doesn't have that mindset, let me give you some pure understanding. You cannot, I repeat, shields it where you sleep at. That's number one. Your neighbors have to be the individuals that you can trust and have loyalty and honor amongst. If you don't have that, guess what? You're in a bad position because now you have disagreements and you having flaws and different quarrels with your neighbors, and it's not of good. Then you have a disobedient woman who wants to be you actually. And maybe it's because everybody is sitting in this one house and it looks like an apartment. That means that somebody's not working a little bit harder. And sometimes the woman may be working just a tad bit harder than the man. And I don't know this, but I'm just going off of, a better way that this could have went. And at the end of the day, the way I see this is she got in the middle of it. It caused him and his son, who is her husband, and guess what? Her son. At the end of the day, I believe truthfully in my heart that she knows her husband's aggression and she knew how he was coming. And she had a real feeling that hubby really wasn't going to be able to back this guy down. But let me understand something here. What could you do by being there? You can't do nothing. So, ma'am, what you were supposed to do was you were supposed to actually get out of the way of the nonsense or be strapped so you can protect your hubby if you're going to play the quote unquote speak up for everybody position. A man has to speak up, not a woman. The only reason this goes this way, ladies, is because guess what? At the end of the day, a man and another man can understand each other if they're coming on man time. But when there's a lady in the middle, sometimes somebody could be acting a little bit more toughened than what they're supposed to act. And for him to come out with these scissors and not handling them correctly shows me that he just was using a lot of mouth because he's big and bad around the house. And I don't mean to talk bad or talk down on anyone. I'm just speaking my observations of this. And at the end of the day, I still feel like it. A lot of people saying that it's murder. It's all plain out murder. I don't feel like that because the scissors was brought to him. Had it not been those scissors in his hand, then, there's some other things could be understood here. But when you have the little boy coming in the mix of it and get himself put in a bad position, that means the father hasn't told the young man, listen, stay in a child's place. I don't care how it looks out here. You're not an adult. It can get dumb. I have to make sure I have full control. And with you and mom out here, I don't have control of anything because now I'm worried about everything and I have to be skeptical on my moves. So, nah, this is totally something that a family foundation have to be set in the home. There have to be some rules and laws of honor here. There has to be rules and laws of honor. This is why it's very important to actually, if you're going to come as aggressive at this guy like this, you better come correctly because if you don't, in these times, the excuse is, I was afraid for my life. This guy had a weapon and I took and fired. Even though the weapon may be illegal, guess what? I'd rather get the gun case than get the bodies. You hear me? At the end of the day, you got to have a brain here. Your goal is to go for what? Manslaughter or something of that nature where you can come back home and guess what? You can knock back on that door and say, open up. Because this is horrible what happened here and how it happened. I mean, you have the young man who gets shot. His father, after he gets shot, I don't know if he went into shock or not, but he's going for the door. Me, instantly, I would be looking for my son. You're going to have to give me all of these because my boy got to get away. And I see that my boy is hurt. Guess what? I'm coming running towards it. I'm not running away from it My boy is out here. You cannot leave your child out there. And guess what? Look at the causes and effects of not having that honorable understanding in the home. The door was locked on him. Yes, the door was locked on him. Out of all the big toughness and all that things that he came forth with, trying to protect his family, because at the end of the day, that's all the man was trying to do is protect his family. And guess what? They locked the door on him, man. They locked the door on him and, you know, son over here. I mean, it's just horrible, man. It's just a tragic situation. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give y'all some understanding. Have understanding of how to control your home without being in a fuss with your woman in the middle of a hallway with a killer on the other end. I'm King Gurner from the Honor Your Life campaign. The goal is to restore honor, but you can't restore honor if the foundation of your home is not set in stone correctly. King Gurner, live and direct.